computer.
Okay.
Cool. Right.
Okie dokie.
Evening all. Welcome to the first Kofi
I'm gonna
event
mute
for
us.
2026. Hopefully, guys, this year I think we're all in a better place than we were last year. And if we start off with the right sort of intent, we can get going. So today I'm going to hand you over to Rachel, who's going to be starting us off with literally a new year, new me. I think it's the key.
Yeah.
So welcome, Rachel.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. So I'm not gonna make it like really formal because you know I like to make it informal a little bit, okay? So I'm gonna teach you, well, not teach you, but I'm gonna give you some moves on how you can like move that belly fat and like feel yourself because you know after Christmas we feel a bit down because of all that sugar. Is that you? You know, you have lots of Christmas stuff. So we want to get back into, you know, healthy habits. So that's what I'm going to be teaching you as well. Let's see what I've prepared. So I prepared this really quickly today. Hopefully it makes sense. So I don't know if you feel bloated. Let's just make sure it's moving this thing. Yeah. Do you feel bloated or like tired or frustrated after the holidays? You could put your hand up, but like let me know. Because it does happen, especially when you're over a certain age, then everything like literally goes on your body and you just feel really tired, right? And I want to tell you it's completely normal and it's not your fault. So, 5 simple moves. I'm going to tell you about these moves and habits to actually melt that belly fat and restore your energy. So I've got my kids in the background, which doesn't matter.
That's all
So
right.
I want to tell you, yeah, I want to tell you that I don't like, you know, give diets, like, you know, no sugar completely and like no bread. Is that my baby crying? And it's basically just 20 minutes a day that I usually tell my clients to work out. You don't need more than that. All right. So, do any of you work out at the moment?
Yep,
No.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
what
Yes, we do.
I do.
That's good. What kind of exercises do you do? Is it more like cardio or strength or Pilates, which I don't really like?
Strength.
Walking, yoga. I'm a yoga teacher, so I do yoga. My husband, he does running. He does a lot of running and weights and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do yoga. I used to do cardio and keep fit and going to the gym and stuff,
Yeah.
but I don't enjoy the gym. I find it very competitive, so
Oh, do you? Okay. No, that's cool. But I don't like excessive cardio is what I you know I don't teach that. Like, you know, when people need to lose some weight or try to get in shape or try to be healthy, they like get on the treadmill and they run and run. Not my kind of thing. So I
cool.
don't teach that, right?
Okay.
Um, So let me go on the next slide. If that changed, right? That changed. Um, so what happens after 35, by the way? I'm not talking to men, I'm talking to ladies here.
Okay.
um, and so obviously your hormones start to slow down, and your metabolism, and obviously you have that belly fat, right? And it's probably because you are you're busier than you were when you're 25, right? You probably got a career, you've got more responsibility, right? So that's one thing. That's why after 25 is a bit harder. And the sleep as well. I don't know how you sleep because you know age 35 till 55 is like perimenopause stage, right? And sleep is actually an issue for some ladies. Is that any issues for you? You don't have to tell me. Um,
I'm not even gonna lie. I don't sleep. I sleep with 5 hours, and
really?
but I've always slept for 5 hours. 5 hours is my maximum. Past 5 hours, I kind of feel like, what am I still doing in bed? And that I've got,
Really? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
and that's been since I was young. So it's not changed for me. I actually try and force myself to stay in bed for
Yeah.
past
So
5 hours.
yeah, so sleep is also a really important thing if you're trying to like get in shape. I always tell my clients you need to at least, you know, 7 hours, which we try to get it, you know, get them to sleep. Quick fixes, right? People love quick fixes, you know, pills, shakes, supplements. I absolutely hate these because I know they don't work. They work for a short term of time, you know, like 6 weeks, whatever, 12 weeks, it works. But after that, once you get rid of these pills and shakes, everything goes back to normal, right? So that's why people that sell these supplements and pills and they try to say, "Oh, I wanna, work with you," and I'm like, "Not interested. I don't want supplements or anything, because I don't use them. Whatever I do, I share with my clients and people, and if I don't believe in something, I'm gonna say it and I'm gonna give you my reasons. And obviously, the reason for me not believing in pills and shakes is because it just doesn't work long term. I like things that work long term, right? So have you done any of these pills and shake situation before? Anyone?
No, I use CMOS, so I try
What's
and
that?
fit
What's that? I've never.
CMOS. I'll tell you about it another time because this is your presentation. But yeah, I use CMOS, which is a natural
Oh, yeah.
remedy in making sure so it gives you all of the minerals that you need
Right.
for your body and
Right.
that. So I
Okay.
just use that. So
Oh,
that's what I
okay. Yeah.
use.
Whatever. I was anyway saying all these things I don't believe in, even if they're natural. So, because you have to keep taking it, and I just think it's just pointless, to be honest. Um, So a lot of people try different things. Examples I'm going to give you here: fad diets, detox, extreme cleanses. I worked for a company a few years ago that sells supplements, and I just wasn't selling enough because for me, I didn't. It wasn't speaking to me. If it's something doesn't speak to you, then you don't really sell it well, right?
Mhm.
And I was like, I can't do this anymore. I'm gonna quit it, and I did, and because people love cleanses and these quick things, I don't do that. And as well, cardio, loads of cardio on the treadmill. So now I've actually started the gym because I've got some time. My nearly 2-year-old is in nursery, but every time I walk into the gym, I see all these ladies on the treadmill. Either like speed walking, which is okay, walking is fine. But I'm saying running, oh my goodness, and all the other like machines, the weight machines and like the weights are not being touched by any ladies. And I'm there with all the men. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is weird. You know what I mean? So ladies need to pick up weights rather than just doing loads of cardio. Another thing is, I find most people actually skip meals, right? Because they had loads of food, it could be that morning and they just skip their dinner, which is one thing that goes wrong, right? Because when we skip dinner, we get really hungry the next day. So we just go in a cycle. Have you ever noticed that with you if you've skipped meals? Has anyone skipped meals before? No.
Sometimes I suppose
Most
it's
of the
not.
time.
Yeah, sometimes
Due to
it's
my
work.
schedule, I'm skipping meals a lot.
Yeah, that's no good because if we skip meals, then we're going to be really hungry and then we just
I know.
eat whatever we find in the cupboard, right? It happens to me as well, which is a really bad habit. We need to actually have 3 meals a day. So I tell my clients 3 good meals a day using the hand portion method. Okay. And I don't know if you ever counted calories. I have tried counting calories and it never worked for me because let's say you're using my fitness pal and then you're like, oh, I've got no more calories left. So what do? So counting calories just doesn't work. Have you counted calories before? How long have you been doing it for?
No, it's not
Yeah.
calorie counting. I've always been a size 10, 8, 6. So I didn't have to count calories. I just kind of fitted into clothes. And that it's only when
Yeah.
I got to like 40, I kind of blew up a little bit. But
Oh yeah. What
and
actually changed from size 8 to 14? What were you doing in between then?
somebody bought me a hummingbird book, cake book, and I like baking, and I was
Uh,
baking cakes daily and
really?
eating daily, and I got like this. So,
Oh,
so the baking went out the window. The hummingbird book went into the cupboard, and I only pull it out every 2 or 3 years now. I don't pull it out at all.
oh, okay. Well, you could still eat and actually lose weight. You could still
Oh,
have
I
nice
do.
things.
I eat little
Good.
amounts, small and often, and that I kind of graze throughout the day. I
Do
always make
you?
sure that I have breakfast. That's that's the kind of
Graze.
definite that I have to make sure. But when I did put on weight and I got to 14, I realized I went to a PT teacher in the gym, and I started counting. I'm not counting calories, but watching what I was eating, and it
Yeah.
was just a nightmare. And I was just getting bigger and bigger. And I thought, you know what? I need to go back to what I was, because my metabolism's quite fast. I don't know about other people, but yeah. So because my
Hmm.
metabolism was so fast,
What are
I
you
didn't have
staring at?
to think about
Yeah.
those things. But yeah.
Yeah. So as we get older, we have to. Can you stop touching me, you boys?
How many boys have you got?
4.
Ah, woman
Yeah.
after my own heart. I've got 5.
Oh wow. Yeah. Um, so yeah, so these things don't usually work. Well, they work, right? Short term, long term, not good, doesn't sustain. So what are these 5 exercises that I'm going to tell you about? This is the things that I put into my clients program, depending on their goal. Okay. So you maybe want to write this down or whatever you want, but I'm gonna give you them to you now. Okay. Number 1 is a squat to chair, or like a goblet squat.
Mhm.
Okay. And that is actually training your glutes, like your bum area and your leg. And that's the biggest fat burning muscle that you have in your body. Okay. And actually, this boosts your metabolism really fast when you use your legs. And it's actually safe for your knees and lower back. So if you have joint problems, as we get older, especially, we have, knees, wrist pain. Well, we're talking about squat here. So it's safe for your knees and lower back. So if you don't know how to do it, it's really simple. You're gonna sit back, like going to a chair position, like this woman here, basically. Okay, that is a squat over there. If you don't know what squat is, the next second biggest exercise that I put into a program, obviously, like I said, depending on the client, is a glute bridge. Have you heard of glute bridges before?
No.
No, no.
No. Okay, so glute bridge is basically when you're on the floor, okay, and you're going to lift your bum up and down, okay? I don't know if you've done that before, if you've seen it anywhere.
Is that like a
So
bridge kind of thing? You're on the floor, but you come up.
yeah, so
Okay.
yeah, and so this actually switches on the glutes as well and core. So it's actually key for to remove belly fat, and really good for posture, by the way, this exercise. Um, And it's also great, obviously, if you had kids, and it will flatten your stomach. So you could do this exercise whilst you're playing with kids, or just on the floor in your kitchen, like me. I don't really, you don't really need a set space. You could do it any way you want. The next biggest exercise is standing dumbbell row. Okay, and I'm not sure if you heard of that. So you do need a dumbbell or a band row. You could do this, and this actually strengthens your back and your arms. Okay, and improves your posture. So you have less of like a mum hunch, right? Because we carried kids and things like that. We always have our back, with a hunch. So when we do the standing dumbbell row, right, you take the dumbbell here and you're gonna push just at the back. I don't know if you could see what I'm doing. You're gonna push your elbow into the back, okay? So we're gonna strengthen your back and arm here, and it does improve your posture, okay? And it does. And when you do this, you're gonna engage your core, okay? So you're gonna zip up your core as if I'm gonna punch you. You're gonna zip up your core, and then you're going to do the row. So you're actually engaging your core. When you engage your core, then you'll actually see that stomach flatten. Obviously, you pair it with nutrition, right? You can't do this and eat loads of cake and everything. That doesn't work, right? The next one is reverse lunge. And have you heard of this exercise? Anybody? A reverse lunge?
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So this is actually really good for your knees, rather than a forward lunge. Okay. So this backwards reverse lunge actually hits your glutes, legs, and obviously it's got a higher calorie burn. Remember when I said we use our legs, you have a higher calorie burn for that. And it builds your balance and strength. So balance is really important for everybody as we get older. You need to be able to balance. I have this woman I'm working with. She's 59, and today I did a plank with her, a 1 minute plank. That was the dream, to do a 1 minute plank. And you need good balance for that. You need your forearm, you need your core strength. So I made her do the plank for 1 minute. So how amazing is that? It's really, you need like balance and strength for most of like the exercises as well, but day-to-day life, right? Think about carrying shopping bags, right? Rather than asking the guy to help you. Do any of you actually take your own shopping bags from the car to the house, or you ask your husbands to?
I don't know. Do you know what? I've recently got married, so my husband is a gentleman, so he comes and grabs it. But actually, I still come. He comes and meets me at the station. I still come with my heavy shopping bags.
Yeah.
I'm that era. I'm from that era where we went shopping with the man wasn't nowhere near the shopping center. Do you
Yeah.
understand?
Yeah.
And that. So
But
I'm of that era that actually we just do it ourselves.
that's good. So yeah, that's good. So we actually, when we carry shopping bags, we actually strengthen our arms as well. It's a good workout, you know what I'm saying? So that's good. And then the last exercise is dead bug, okay? And dead bug is basically training the core. That's just lying down on the floor, pulling one knee and one elbow opposite, up and down,
Okay.
if that makes sense, right? That trains a deep core, right? So the like the six-pack muscles, okay? And that actually flattens your belly. So there's no crunches, and it supports your pelvic floor as well, right? Don't know if you heard of these pelvic floor movements. Have you heard of it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that is one exercise that you can do to help as well your pelvic floor, because as we get older, we need to strengthen everything, and this is what you can strengthen your pelvic floor when you're doing the dead bug, and it will also target your core, right, or flatten your stomach. Okay, do you have any questions on those exercises?
No.
No, good. Okay, so a lot of people say I'll start Monday, right? I don't know if it ever happened to you. Like start Monday and I'm gonna start a new diet. I'm gonna do this, do that. And obviously, if you need to always start a Monday again, then your plan doesn't work, right? You need, and people say, "Oh, I'm going to I'm going to go back on Slimming World." What do you mean you're going to go back on Slimming World? Obviously, your plan's not working for you, right? It is, you got to make sure your plan actually works whenever you're busy, however you're busy, it will always work for you. So if your plan doesn't work on the busiest day, then obviously it's not the right plan for you. Does that make sense? People say to me, "I'm really busy now, I can't do it." That's just an excuse. You go to bed. As a coach, or all of you, as a coach, I'm really like tough love. And I also like really blunt with my clients, because otherwise I just don't get results. And so with like potential clients or whatever, when they tell me I'm really busy, I don't have time, I say that's BS. I'm not going to say the full word because my kids are here. But I'm like, that's BS, because that's an excuse. You have plenty of time, just don't know how to make the time. And I'm going to teach you how to make the time. You need to be willing to just sit down a few minutes, hear what I got to say, and then be like, oh, actually, I have the time, right? You have time to scroll, right? You have time to look after yourself, right? So if your plan doesn't work every day, it just doesn't work for you, right? So what I teach is small, consistent steps throughout anything, right? So it's not going to be like, you can't have like sugar in your coffee, right? So how do we make the changes? You're going to just do it every day. We're going to change something so that it powers on, okay, so that your plan will actually work for life, right? Now, let's see. Okay, we're nearly finished, everybody. So what happens about nutrition, right? So everybody's got an exercise plan. They go to the gym, but they've got no idea what they're doing in the gym. But they have nutrition, right? The nutrition is like, come 1 second, can you be quiet? Can't hear myself. The nutrition, they're like, yeah, I go to the gym, but the nutrition is rubbish. They've got no idea what to eat, when to eat, how to eat. So what I teach is like portion control using the hand portion method. And most of the time with my clients, we work on protein and fiber and then simple swaps with then current nutrition. Can you be quiet? I can't hear. He's playing with cardboard. Oh my gosh.
It's the thing is, Rachel, we can't hear them.
I was about to say we can't hear them.
Yeah, I can't hear myself talking. That's
Oh,
why.
okay. Yeah, we can't hear them. We can hear you. We can't
I
hear
know
them.
because this mic is a sound background proof thing, but when they make a noise, I can't hear because they're dragging cardboard on the floor. Um, Anyway, so the first thing I do with my clients is make sure their protein intake is adequate, right? Even if it's high protein, they could be having the wrong kind of protein. And make sure they have fiber in. Protein and fiber equals fat loss, okay? And actually, we have simple steps, simple swaps with the whole nutrition of whatever she's eating throughout the day. We make simple swaps. So example, one of my clients have two sugars in their coffee, so I told her to have one sugar, okay, and then we're gonna do simple swaps, maybe a little bit of honey, depending on obviously her lifestyle as well. So I don't do like drastic changes, right? Especially like we're busy, so just really sustainable, right? Everything's sustainable, and that's what we need, right? So we've got the gym or home workouts, which is all done for you. You get exactly like when to do, what to do, how to do. And then you need obviously good nutrition habits, which like I said, we always work on protein first, fiber, and then simple swaps. And then when we go, as we go along, see what's missing in their diet. Does that make sense, everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so what happens when you're actually, with nutrition and your workouts, you're actually energized and you're actually like empowered, you feel good about yourself, right? So when you eat rubbish food, right, you feel rubbish, right? Does that and do you have you noticed a difference when you eat really well, when you don't eat really well? Have you noticed any difference?
Yes, but it's not as fun.
What do you mean it's not as fun?
I meant it a bit facetiously. In that moment, you get that,
The dopamine.
that dopamine hit of eating all the
Eh,
unhealthy junk, and then you
Exactly.
feel terrible the next day.
Exactly. You feel really like guilty, like for eating that. Depending on obviously how much you ate, right? But I want to make sure like the moms feel energized because we need energy. And usually our energy drops like between 2 and 3. Raise your hand or tell me if that's true for you. Energy drops between 2 and 3 p.m. because you've had your lunch. Now, depending on what you have in lunch, usually it's not very good lunch because you don't really have time. It's middle of the work, whatever, and you just don't have time to sit down. So I always tell my clients, make sure you have a good lunch so that you feel energized. From 1 p.m. till 5 p.m., you don't need to eat. If you feel like you need to eat, then there's something wrong with your lunch. Okay, so we got to figure that out. Right. I hope this is useful for everyone.
So what time do you recommend having lunch then?
So I always recommend about 4 hours from your breakfast. So 4 hours, 4 hours, 4 hours.
Okay.
Okay.
But
So
before one. Or
it doesn't really make a difference. Like I always say, a 4 hour interval between food. And if
okay.
you do need a snack, there's something wrong in your diet that you need to figure out, like what's going on here. Like why do you need to eat? Could be because your energy is low. So you feel that you need you need to wake up, or like if you need to have a coffee, like caffeine, then there's something wrong. I said, like I said to my client, if you feel like you really need a snack, you have to think, are you actually hungry? Is it boredom? Have you got low energy? We figure that out together, and then we actually put an action plan how to break that habit, right? It could be just a habit as well. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so what is your like what are some strategies and habits that you could do? Okay, this is like an action thing that you could do. 20 minutes workout. So the workouts, the not workouts, the exercises that I gave you, you can actually put them into a plan and make it for you. Make yourself a plan and do it. And that will actually raise your energy up. Okay, and simple nutrition step-by-step plan. So what you're going to do as a task or whatever you want to do it yourself, or if you have the time, you could look at your nutrition throughout the day, see if you can add in extra protein, fiber, and simple swaps that you can actually make healthier according to your goals, obviously. So if you have a bit more active job, should you add more carbs? Should you read? Should you, you know what I mean? Should you add more this? If you have a lower active job, should you reduce on this and have that instead? So it's a nutrition is like never ending because you always have to adapt your life. You always have to adapt nutrition to your life, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what it is, what I offer actually, right? And now if you don't want to hear my offer, you can go bye-bye. Like I said, I'm really blunt with people. If you don't want to hear what I've got to offer, you can go now. And if you want to hear, you can stay. I won't get offended, okay? So your 12-week reset plan is actually called the SSS. It's called Sustainable Strength System. That's what I named my coaching plan. It's 12 weeks. And usually it's about 20-minute strength workout designed for mom. So it's no AI doing your workout. It's literally me sitting down and making the workouts. And now it could be my client was like, she's got a problem with bloating, right? So I made her a program to debloat. Now I have to actually check in with her and see how she's doing. She gave any comments or anything, but you have to make sure you get at least 20 minutes 3 times a week in. Okay, so why do I emphasize on strength? Because strength gives you that shape you're looking for, not yoga, okay, not Pilates, because all these figures that you see that you want the body is on the other side of yoga, Pilates. Now you have to agree with me, but this is what I am strong about is Pilates and yoga do nothing for your body. Lifting weights will change your body with the right nutrition. Okay. Now, the right nutrition has to be hormonal smart, right? Hormone smart. That's why it's for ladies. But you know what? I did have a man a few months ago. He did really well with me. Um, the nutritional has to be hormonal friendly because you got to support your hormones. You've got to have enough fats, right? If you still get your monthly cycle, you still need to have fats in your diet. Really, really important. Otherwise, your hormones will go all over the place, and we don't want that in this age, right? Um, you do get weekly one-to-one support like this, but also throughout 12 weeks, you get any time to speak to me through WhatsApp, through voice messaging. If you're in the shop, you're not sure what to buy, you can always message me. And I sometimes actually message you as a, like I said, as a tough love. I give you like a kick in your bum. I'm like, you got to do it. Da, da, da. I'm going to check on you. That's who I am, right? I give you that support, and a lot of people have an amazing. Well, they go to the gym, they go to eat, but they don't have that accountability. Is what's missing, right? Have you ever had an accountability partner? Anyone?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
haven't
It's
for business, but
yeah.
yeah.
It's the same thing. Like we need accountability for partners, everything. Like my husband is accountability for me, for my business. Like he wants me to tell him like I've booked in this, I've done this, I've paid this. Do you know what I mean? Just so that they know that you're doing it and that you feel good because you're actually taking action, right? So what happens during the 12 weeks? You actually feel strong in yourself, mentally, physically. You feel confident and you're in control of your life. You know what I mean? Like you know what you're doing, you know you're getting up, you know what you're doing, you know what you're eating, you know your workout plan. So you're basically in control of everything from food to lifestyle change. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense to you all. So that is what I am about. Okay. Like I said, the SSS is called Sustainable Strength System because my plan is sustainable. And people say to me, what happens after the 12 weeks? Well, you can carry on working with me, or you could do a maintenance program, which is different to like the whole support. It's different to that. But if you want to speak to me about that, you can book a call with me and I can talk to you more about it. And hopefully you enjoyed this presentation.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Thank you.
no problem.
Question for you.
Yeah,
When it comes to exercise, I detest exercise with a passion. When I say
yeah.
detest, I can safely say I must be having exercised in 30 years. I'm
Oh,
being literal.
wow.
I've never, wait for this. I've only been to the gym, ready for this, once in my life.
Not
Okay.
bad.
I just cannot go to a room. The reason why I didn't do long distance running is I found it too boring. Literally just boring. Because I literally
Yeah.
can't do it. Even when I think about exercise, I just think, nah, I can't do it.
You
I
do
don't
look
even
fit
bother trying
though.
to start anymore.
You're burning something very well, Rob. So
Well, what actually happened was my wife bought me a smartwatch because she was claiming that I wasn't moving during the day. Okay. She said to me, "You're not moving." Then wait for this. Then when the smartwatch started saying that I was doing 10,000 steps, then she said the smartwatch was broken.
Oh,
Okay. Because I tend to not sit down during the day. I tend to just walk around all
oh,
the
that's
time.
good. That's good that you're getting steps in,
So
yeah.
I do a lot of walking, but when I was younger, I played sports. So I was always playing a sport or training for a sport. I wouldn't go into a gym and I wouldn't, if I wasn't doing something that was meaningful, playing a game, my wife once, she said to me, she took me to the gym once and she goes, it was blatantly obvious I wasn't coming back. I think I was walking on a treadmill, I was yawning as I was doing it. It was, it was brutal. Yeah, and I just find it. I just cannot get
You don't need to
away
go to
with
the
it.
gym. You don't need to go to the gym.
No.
No, I
No,
mean,
no. You don't need to. I have my clients not going to the gym at all. It's all for like moms because they're busy. They don't go to the gym.
so it's all just basically exercises you do at home.
You can do it. That's the whole point of a coach like me because I give them exactly what they need to do. It doesn't have to be in the gym. If they don't go to the gym, it doesn't have to be in the gym.
And
you don't
in
need
your like,
special equipment or anything either. You can just do it from home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't. So they have a form of like what equipment they have access to, or like if they're thinking of signing up to the gym. And once I have that information, I can already make their program. So you don't need to go to the gym. You could just do it in your bedroom if you need to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
okay. And
Honor's
you're,
got her hand up.
sorry, oh, Anna, sorry, I'm miles away. Go on.
No rush.
Go on.
Just wanted to ask Rachel, what's your take on the sleep? Because, for example, I usually go to sleep late. So, does it matter as long as you get your 7 hours? Does it matter if you go before 12 o'clock or before 10 o'clock or if you go after midnight?
No, it
No.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Okay. And in regards to eating the last meal of the day, as far as I know, it's about making sure that you have a certain time before between the meal and going to sleep. It's
Ah,
not
yeah.
necessary.
So I recommend my clients 2 to 3 hours before bedtime, just so
Yeah,
that the food digests and doesn't stay in your stomach whilst you're sleeping. So I
yeah,
always recommend 2 to 3 hours. And about the 8 p.m., everyone goes 8 p.m. rule. It's nonsense.
yeah,
If you go to bed at 11, obviously finish 8. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's fine.
And what would you recommend for, because I have some really busy days when I literally just like Michelle said about grazing, just
Yeah,
grabbing,
that's
because I'm teaching, for example, from 10 o'clock until 10 o'clock in the morning until 7 o'clock. I can't sit down to have a meal. What would you recommend when you have a schedule like that?
so yeah. So who do you teach? Who do you is it in the school or where is that?
No, it is at home, but I have students one after another, and even when I have a like half an hour break in my schedule, is actually to balance all those going over. Um,
So
but
yeah,
I don't.
so I would actually be really strict because I'll be saying to you that you got half an hour, you have to prioritize that to eat something, right? It doesn't take half an hour to eat. It takes about 10 minutes, 5 minutes, right? It doesn't take long to eat. If you
But
just
what
give
would you?
yourself that,
Yeah. But what do you recommend to eat in those 5 minutes, providing that I have another 5, 6 hours at least to go?
so a
Um,
whole meal. So you need your protein, carbs, and fats.
well,
Tuna,
I can't eat in
tuna.
5 minutes. I can tell you from now. Neither 10. I'm a slow eater.
Okay, 10 minutes, 10 minutes. Tuna, got a tin of tuna at home?
I don't eat fish.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to like see a whole like what you do,
Yeah.
what you don't like, what you like, what
Okay.
do you know what I
Fair
mean?
enough.
And then you put a meal together. So this is why my client said to me that she had somebody telling her like to make a certain type of smoothie and it had peanut butter in it, but she's allergic to peanut butter. What does she do? She was actually she was like really like, well, I can't have this because she's allergic to that. So the difference between that, you know, person of her like preparing that smoothie and it had peanut butter, and when she came to me and she couldn't have the peanut butter, so I actually gave her a different like alternative to what she can
Yeah.
have, right? So everyone is different as to like you don't like fish. My other client, she's celiac, so everyone is like this is why it's like it's really
Different.
hands-on, one-on-one support, right?
Yeah.
Where we sit together and we actually talk about like what you like eating, what are your working hours, what's your schedule like. Even if people tell me I'm really busy, there's always a way. It's just them actually wanting to have the help, right?
Yeah. It's just 2 days a week. I'm really challenged in that respect to actually eat.
Yeah, so if it's
Until
just
late at about 9 o'clock at night, I just can't sit down and eat.
yeah, so you literally eat nothing, like literally you don't open your mouth and you eat nothing.
Well, as I said, maybe I'm just getting those small snacks and just to keep me going. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing is so I would actually give you like specific ideas for you
Yeah.
when we sit down and we have a schedule, like we go through your schedule, we see how we can manage, right? On what you can have. So depending what you have in your fridge, what you could get ready, you know what I mean? It's all there's lots of things that you can
Which
do.
means I need to prepare them before I start work because otherwise that's not going to happen.
Yeah, so there's lots of steps that you need to do before to make
Yeah.
things happen, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Cool.
Hopefully
All
that
right.
was helpful.
Yes. Thank you.
Good. Any other questions?
Ah,
No, that's good.
everyone's sorted. Okay, that's cool. I must admit. So hopefully, guys, you've got some new tips for our eating habits as we're working.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I will try and take note because again,
Well,
I'm when it comes to eating, I've never in my life actually eaten breakfast.
Really?
I
I
don't
get
really
up and
eat
go.
breakfast either.
I get up and I'm gone. That's it. And I might
Mm,
stop and some days I have to be reminded I haven't eaten, believe it or not, while I'm working. When I'm
mm,
going to, yeah, I can literally just get in and work and that's it. I'm off.
yeah.
Yeah,
And same
yeah,
same with me. Yeah.
that happens with me.
Yeah. So by the way, I forgot to tell you, whoever's here live can join a 15-minute Q&A if you want with me. And answer your questions and give you like a customized exercise plan for your first like 20-minute routine. If you want to take that opportunity, you can let me know.
Cool. I'll put your details into the feed. Well, actually, everyone's got that. I'll just a reminder. We'll have to
Yeah.
try and contact you as well. But yeah,
Can I
no,
just
no.
ask, quick question? Are
Mm.
you, when you do the plans, what area are you in? Are you in London? Are you
No,
in,
it's all remote. It's all remote.
it's all
This.
remote?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all remote. So it could be anywhere. This is what I like because I can help anyone and anywhere.
Okay.
Well, anyone depends on anyone. If they want help,
Mm,
right, and they don't give me excuses, like I said, that's all BS excuse. Then yeah, if they want help.
yeah. I got some women that I think might be interested, so yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah. So I've just put in. Wait, where did I put in that? I just put in what's going on.
Into
There
the
we go.
chat.
No, I just put in the bonus. I don't know if you could see it. Can you see it?
Yeah, messages.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can find me on LinkedIn if you want, and I can talk there. Can
If
make
you
an
go
appointment.
after this, just go onto the WhatsApp group and just post all your bits and
Oh
pieces in
yeah, I
there.
forgot about that WhatsApp group.
Okay, just post it in there. Okay, I will
Yeah,
replay
fine.
this as well. But yeah, it's good because I think what we do as business owners is we concentrate on the business side of what we do, not our personal side of what we do, and we just get into business mode and we go off. And what we don't do then is then concentrate on the other bit, and you get an offset again, don't you? And your balance goes off, and you
Balance.
suddenly get to a point where you've done so much work. One day you can't get out of bed.
Yeah,
And
that's the
Or
thing. You have
also
to
your
juggle.
business performance will struggle due to not having the consistent energy levels.
Yeah, the energy. Energy is really important to have.
Yeah, I just wanted to, Rachel, thank you and compliment you on like this is a good presentation. I really like your approach. I have a fitness coach, but I want
That's
to
good.
recommend everyone like if you don't have one, I think what Rachel has talked about sounds pretty good.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
yeah.
No, thank you so
Yes.
much. It was nice to kind of hear someone who can say, look, you don't have to stress about going to the gym, and knowing how precious is the time and how much we struggle to manage our time, especially when you have your own businesses. And it's nice to have some sort of confirmation that that is doable.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. I gotta get going, guys.
All right, listen, thanks for that,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you.
And next week, guys, it's learning Google AdWords. Again, it's quite good for businesses. And also during Monday, Tuesday, I'll get this guy to put the package together, and I'll get him next week to start looking at all your Google local pages. That will help a lot as well with
Brilliant.
finding locally as well. Okay,
Thank you very much.
with that one. And if there's don't forget anything else you think I've missed or we need to go over as well, let's have a look at that and we'll go from there.
Okay, great.
Brilliant.
Thank
Thank
you.
you
Right,
very
guys,
much.
listen,
Thanks,
everyone,
everyone.
have a
Thanks.
good night,
Thanks for
everybody. Okay,
Happy
and
New Year, everyone.
yeah, happy New Year, and same time next week.
Yeah.
Right, then,
Brilliant.
guys. Cheers,
All right.
Thank you
guys.
Take
so
care.
much.
Bye-bye.
See
Bye.
you. Bye bye
Bye.
bye.
Bye.